Soupy.
Hi, Beth.
How are you?
I'm better because it's cooler, which is a bit
Right.
nicer.
Yeah.
And
Been
then
very hot though.
it has been incredibly hot. And what's so interesting is that I completely forgot about thinking about this heat and then having to go to a show like badminton that's coming
Oh
up
my
in Gardens
gosh.
World.
Some of the temperatures they were talking about on the show.
Oh.
Somebody said 38 degrees, didn't they?
Yeah, 36, 38 degrees.
That sounds painful.
Yeah.
For a show. It's
a
all right
show.
if you're chilling by a pool.
Yeah.
You've got a pina colada in your hand.
Yeah,
You've
you're
got
in
a
Mallorca.
parasol over your head.
Mhm.
You're paddleboarding.
Yeah, you've got
Sleeping, siestas, having
siestas,
But
exactly.
you're stuck in a show. The heat. Can you imagine in the marquees how hot that would have been?
Nasty.
I wouldn't be able to cope.
Yeah.
Plus, because already I think they're hard to cope with if you're showing, because you've got the anxiety, the stress, the adrenaline.
So much going on.
Then you
there.
add the heat on. Then you add perimenopause onto it.
Oh my gosh, don't even get me started on that.
Talking of that, my hat goes off to all women currently going through
Yeah.
perimenopause and dealing with a heat wave.
Mm.
I like heat, don't I? I normally sleep in really hot rooms. I grew up in the tropics
Yeah.
a certain amount of time.
But you can really bring or at least you used to be able to really bring your body temperature right down.
Not anymore.
I couldn't understand it.
Not anymore.
No.
I'm on fire.
You are on fire.
Oh.
It's like this thing where you're almost falling off the cliff. You know, that kind of thing where they kind of, with their hands trying to
Run in midair.
not run in midair, but kind of swim back up.
Like Roadrunner and the Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, precisely like that. It's like you're constantly on the precipice
Of what?
of having a hot flush and not.
Oh, yeah.
Like it could just suddenly happen now.
It could just happen
if
now.
you think about it too much.
Yeah, I could probably induce it. But painful. Absolutely awful in the heat. And I don't think we give enough of a nod to women of a certain age who are going through that, because it is horrific.
Yeah.
And I've gone from loving heat and thinking this is great to now just wanting shade everywhere all the time.
Yeah.
Shut all doors, windows, totally hide in a dark hole somewhere.
Curtains across as well, just so that there isn't that heat belting onto the window
I'm just
panes.
short of putting kitchen foil on all my windows. But I am Googling on Amazon for ceiling fans. So those are going to be installed for next year.
Oh my gosh, that would
Anyway.
be really cool, actually.
But apart from the heat, how else have you been coping with life?
Well, I've been working
Yep.
and really enjoying it. And we're making some lovely mojitos at the moment,
Right.
which are selling like crazy.
With your garden mojito mint.
With my garden mojito mint, which just smells so good.
Actually, on that, I bought a watermelon.
Oh, yeah.
And I whizzed a whole load up in the whizzer with some of your mojito mint, and it was divine. I didn't have any limes, but I'm going to invest in some limes this week.
In some limes.
And some watermelon. Your mojito mint, the perfect drink, I'd say.
Oh, that does sound incredible.
And Hobbs loves the rind, so nothing goes to waste.
Oh my gosh. You know how I was talking to you about doing these passion fruit mojitos, which are going to be coming out soon at the restaurant. Watermelon mojitos. Oh my gosh, Sweetpea's had an idea. And I've got to go. Guys, I've had an idea. Anyways, so that's been me on that front. And then otherwise, in my kind of downtime, been working on my music. My music.
I'm a tortured artiste.
Tortured poets department. Oh my gosh. But I've bought this little mini MIDI keyboard.
It looks like a toy.
It does look like a toy, except you can do a lot on it.
The
and
noises
synths are
that come out of this, I had no idea. When you said you were buying one, I thought you were wasting your money on just some gadget, some toy.
And I got it on Prime Day, so I got a huge whopping deal. It was like 130 quid, went down to 70 quid.
Amazing. Boom.
Yeah.
And you've produced some incredible noises from it.
I know, it's so incredible. You have a Beats pad, you have loads of knobs on it for pitch and all that kind of stuff, that Shazam. And then you've got about 2 octaves on it. Maybe a bit
that
more.
Many?
3 octaves.
I didn't even think you had that.
But then you can press up and down. You've got buttons to press up and down the octaves, which is great. Anyways, I bought it because when I was doing my song in the studio the other day, it wasn't quite finished. We got in the main vocals, some of the background instruments like the baby grand piano and the guitar. We got some guitar, just acoustic in there.
Yeah.
Those are like the bass instruments, and then I was going to build on that. So my producer said to me, possibly get yourself a MIDI keyboard. It would be very helpful. And then that way we can easily send across files and tracks, and he can kind of slot them into the song. So that's why I got it. And also it's really easy then for me to have stuff, and I can do bits and pieces on GarageBand. Anyway, so that's what I've been up to.
So that's a lot of fun though, isn't it? Being all creative.
So much fun. Oh, I just love it. And like I'm going through the synths going, oh, I like that one.
What does that do?
I like that one. Oh, and I'm just constantly adding all these things in. And I have a feeling that I've chucked so much at this song, I'm then going to have to tease away little bits and pieces at the end.
There's a lot going into it. It just sounds like a mad professor in his science lab coming from your room.
Yeah.
All these explosive noises.
I know, it is very explosive, isn't it? It's do, do, do.
Doof, doof, doof.
Doof. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, what have you been up to?
Well, not a huge amount in the garden because it's been so dry and so hot.
Not much to do.
So everything's really stalling, but everything's looking pretty healthy. The things that we need to have looking healthy.
Yeah,
in
that's
our
good.
veg garden, this biodynamic planting is the way forward.
It's going like crazy.
So we don't do any monocultures now. So we don't just have a whole bed of garlic, for example. And it got me thinking, Monty has had these problems with his garlic, for example, where the whole bed was a write-off.
Just complete write-off.
If he had done the multicultures, so if he had had a mix of various crops in one bed, so he still had garlic in other beds, he wouldn't have had to have written off an entire crop of garlic.
Yep.
He still would have had some going in others. Also, I wonder if with the benefits of having multicultures in your bed, you've got the different root systems, the different insects that are attracted, therefore different pest control going on.
Yeah, different things in the compost as well.
Yeah, and so will that help also with keeping at bay, your mildews and your
fire blights
and all those sorts of things.
Yeah, it defo will.
So Monty, what's going on? Anyway, we can't be too harsh on him because it was Monty's birthday last week.
Oh, was it?
Yes, 71 years old.
Crikey.
On Wednesday. So big belated happy birthday to you, Monts.
Whoop, whoop.
Hope you had a great day.
Yep.
There was a beautiful cake made for you. I'll put that image onto our website because I know you'll salivate.
What are we talking? 3 tiers?
No, I mean just sort of pink stuff, and it's I don't like cake, so don't ask me to go into some graphic detail of his cake. But it was cake.
Okay, well, I'll be having a look at that cake.
Otherwise, we've had the Wimbledon finals this weekend. Do you want to know who won?
Oh, yes.
There's a lot going on in sport. We had the women's final on the Saturday, and that was between two Czechs, Linda Noskova and Karolina Muchova.
Wow.
And the 21-year-old Linda Noskova won, and it was 6-2, 5-7, 6-3. And in the men's finals, we had an Italian versus a German. It was Yannick Sinner, the Italian.
Oh, wow.
He beat Alexander Zverev, the German. And that was 6-7, 7-6, 6-3, 6-4. So some meaty matches going on.
Cool, blimey.
And as if we haven't had enough sport, there's also been the World Cup football. England beat Norway this week.
Oh, yes.
Great news. 2-1 to England.
It's very, very cool.
So they're into the semi-finals now.
Love it.
Exciting.
I love the Norwegian chant that they do, the rowing.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, dun, rah.
Yes.
That's so cool. It's like the haka for New Zealand in the rugby team. I think that's so beautiful. It's incredible.
It's a nice sound, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very cool.
Right, we don't have any housekeeping, I don't think, from last week. I have a little bit of a chit-chat catch-up.
Oh, yes.
Which is badminton related.
Great.
The flower show, not the sport.
I do love the sport. Gosh, I love badminton. It's such a great sport.
Well, the sport was named after Badminton, the place.
Just like rugby.
It's the first time it was introduced to the Brits on British soil in the something like 1877 or 1873.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. All happened at Badminton Hall. So
very
that's
cool.
where you get badminton from. Right, in terms of a chit-chat catch-up, we have... So these are just a couple of people who won't be coming up on this episode. So a quick shout out to them now.
Okay.
There's Greg Anderton from Leafy Lytham.
Mm-hmm.
He won Best Plant Village exhibit at Badminton this weekend.
Wowzers.
Big congratulations to you, Greg.
Huge.
And in the floral medals, there's, of course, Dan Stearne from Dan's Plants. He won a gold again.
Again, gosh.
He is systematically and constantly getting golds.
I wonder if he's a bit bored of them now.
He was also in the Sunday Times newspaper this weekend as well.
Oh.
In the homes section.
Oh, cool.
So big congrats to you, Dan. We're always rooting for you. And also don't forget, if you want to order any of his plants, then use the 10% discount that he's given us.
Yeah.
And so you put the code in at checkout, which is NJAG10.
Exactly.
And we'll put links to all of that on the website.
Yeah.
Sweetie, shall we have a look at this episode?
Absolutely.
We've got a lot to get through. So this is Gardener's World 2026, episode 17, recap.
Off we go. So we have the ARA lineup of Adam, Rachel and Ashley.
I see.
The ARA lineup.
ARA.
Yeah, or R. It's however you want to do it.
Raw. I'm going with raw.
Raw. We had the raw lineup, Rachel, Adam and Ashley.
They're all feeling very hot.
Yeah.
This is a general theme. This is what us Brits do, though. The minute we have any change in weather, we talk about it. In fact, we just talk about whether there's a change in it or not. But it is particularly tricky right now because we don't have the infrastructure, Sweet Pea.
I know, it is bad.
We don't have shutters on our windows like they do in Europe. That keeps a lot of the heat out. A lot of my staff in my business have called off work because it's too hot to work.
Yeah.
The more conscientious ones are getting up really early in the morning on Saturdays and Sundays to go in first thing in the morning.
God.
To do their work. So the economy is failing as a result of it.
Yeah. Cool, blimey.
Not a good time. We need to sort it out. Anyway,
it is bad.
Enough about that. So these guys are looking at show gardens.
Yes.
That's the first stop.
Exactly. And that is with Adam and Rachel.
Yeah. Ashley, where did he go? He went somewhere else.
Popped off.
The first one we have. So again, as we always do, we'll give the garden name, the designer, and we'll cover a little bit about it, and I'll give you any medals and info that I could glean on it.
Exactly.
So the first one is Finding Hope. Designers Rick Ford and Pip Probert.
We have a garden which is constantly sectioned up by lots of these little round, very shallow pools.
Yes, with corten steel.
Yes, exactly. Lots of rusty steel, which looks really pretty.
Really nice.
It's a very good colour.
There's lots of gravel as well, isn't there? Some beautiful peach flowers I saw, which I think,
lots
on
of peach
looking
flowers.
Them up, were Delphinium Princess Caroline.
Oh,
they
lovely.
don't mention the name, but I think that's what they were.
Yeah, there were lots of peaches.
Yeah. And Rachel says it's all about the verticals, the height.
Yeah. And then there are just some stapled boxes around the place.
Yeah. Well, and also you mustn't forget the entrance is a massive corten steel, almost fully circular entrance into the garden. So I do like that. Quite a statement. Well, they won a silver. And this is the little blurb that went with the garden. The garden is designed as a public space where visitors can understand the importance of Calm's work. 16 lives are lost to suicide every day, and each square within the garden represents one of those lives.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And Calm, of course, is Campaign Against Living Miserably. So it's a suicide prevention charity.
Yes, okie dokie.
Then we have the Macmillan Cancer Support, the Nascent Shade Garden, designer L. Arnott.
Lots of greens in here, but then you're struck by things like astrantias and campanulas. Not literally struck by them.
No, nothing
struck by their beauty.
There were a lot of sort of these posts that looked like silver birch, didn't they?
Yeah, like chopped off, like Monty did with his Polonia tree.
Oh gosh,
cut it off and it just looked like a stick in the ground.
Well, this is what it says about those sculptures. This ornamental woodland garden features a small group of birch trees interspersed with lime and stone sculptures and brass details. At first, these elements are intentionally spaced unevenly, reflecting the gaps and inequalities people experience in cancer care today. As visitors move through the garden, the spaces gradually close and the layout becomes more even. This transition symbolises Macmillan's mission to close the gap between the best and worst cancer experiences so everyone can get the care they need wherever they live.
That's a very good story, actually.
They did very well on the medals front. So they won a gold. They also won People's Choice Show Garden and they won Best Construction Award.
Crikey.
So big congrats to Elle for that one.
That's incredible.
And then the final show garden that we look at in this segment is Oregon, the Productive Garden. Designer Sadie Mae Stowell.
Yeah, very, very different to all the other ones.
Yeah.
They really went through quite a lot of different and varied exposés, I found, of gardens.
Yeah, it was, well, for me, it's a rare show garden that looked completely natural.
Yes,
like
I know exactly
literally just cut out a square from the countryside and plonked it there. I really loved it. I felt very comfortable with that space.
Yeah.
That little river or stream, I could imagine, especially in the heat, just sort of whipping my feet off and walking barefoot.
Whipping your feet off.
Whipping my shoes off even.
Yeah, I do not want to see you whipping your feet off. That is going to be a very bad look.
And walking through it barefoot, it just really gave that vibe of countryside and calm and peace. And
it did, didn't it?
Away from the hullabaloo. Hubbub.
What is it? I have it on the tip of my tongue. The
hustle and bustle.
Hustle and bustle.
Okay.
There we go. Of life and cities and stuff like that.
And people.
Yeah, and people. And I think Rachel actually even talks about the fact that the lavender is very unruly. It's very kind of randomly put around the place. And it's also quite woody as well. It's not like properly tightly clipped.
Yeah.
Which I think adds that just kind of natural garden, because I don't know if anyone's lavender is completely perfect.
I'm sure there is somewhere, isn't there?
I'm sure there is.
Head gardener on it. Unfortunately, your head gardener's on strike and isn't doing anything with the lavender.
I, myself and you.
No, me.
And me.
You don't do anything with the lavender now. You're off getting an education.
Oh, true, yes, because it's the wrong time of year for me.
And working.
Sorry.
There are also some Achilleas there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just a very organic looking space. Well, this is what it says about this garden. Rather than recreating Oregon's Willamette Valley, is that how you pronounce it?
No
Willamette Valley, literally. The garden captures the elements that define it: fertile soils, flowing water, fruit cultivation, and the essential role of pollination.
Very cool.
Then we join Ashley, and he's in the floral marquee.
So that's where he charged off to.
Yeah.
It's quite funny throughout this whole show. We've got presenters rushing off to different places very suddenly.
Do you know what it reminds me of? What's that executive desk toy that you have, and you've got all these silver balls on strings, and you tap one
Newton's
at one
Cradle.
End. That's it, Newton's Cradle.
Yes, I bought one of those.
Reminds me of that. Ashley whacks in and off goes Adam.
Yes! Oh my god, that's such a good point. I bought one of those for my friend actually as a present because he's really into physics.
Isn't that one of those online purchases where it was about a 10th of the size you thought it was going to be?
It was so sad. I looked it online. I was like, oh my gosh, this looks amazing.
Perfecto.
It was about the size of the palm of my hand. It was so small.
It's the thought that counts, sweetie.
Yeah, it is the thought.
But Ashley is looking some more at lavender, and he says there are two types. You've got your English, which is super hardy as long as it's in well-drained soil, and you can get repeat flowering if you keep deadheading.
Yep.
And then you've got the French variety, which is more tender, and it needs to grow in a more sort of protected, sunny area.
Yeah, exactly, which is why you kind of see the fields of it in Provence.
What do we have? I think we've got English lavender.
We have English, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And the stuff that was French, I think, is the one that died off quite quickly.
The French one, but that's because that's before we knew that you don't need to overwater.
That is a good point as well.
And lavender. I kept watering those ones.
Yeah, and they'll just hate it and hate it and hate it more.
Yeah,
that's what Hobbs says.
They're very easy to propagate. You take semi-ripe cuttings, you strip off the lower leaves, pinch out the top.
Yeah.
Robert's your father's brother.
Yeah, exactly.
And then Ashley heads over to Carol Whitaker and her National Collection of Monadas.
Yeah, which are bergamot.
Which are bergamot.
No, that was that.
Didn't know that either till I looked it up.
Yeah, same here.
We're learning so much from this.
I know.
Sweet pea.
It's very cool. And they're utterly stunning. And what's quite interesting is that I think sometimes when I look at a plant in a garden, I'm usually thinking it looks more like a phlomis, but actually it's...
Or any plant?
No, not just any plant. I'm not just going phlomis. No. But like lots of times I'm remembering seeing now what is definitely a monarda or a bergamot.
I see, and you thought it was a
and
phlomis.
I thought it was a phlomis or just like a special type of phlomis.
I love these monardas / bergamots.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd never heard of monarda before.
No, me neither.
This was totally new news to me.
New name.
Then I read bergamot and I thought, oh yeah, well, okay, I know bergamot. But then even if I was slapped around the face by a bergamot, I wouldn't have known it was a bergamot. So I didn't know enough about it. But monarda certainly wasn't a word. That's a new word in my vocabulary.
Completely new word. So we have monarda Loddon crown. That's the one that Ashley talks about. That's quite an easy one to look after.
He says it works well in a hot walled garden with good drainage.
Precisely. And then the new one that's come in, which is really dark and beautiful.
Amazing, wasn't it?
Is called Monarda Danish Dark.
Yeah, from Ireland.
From Ireland.
I really am enjoying this plant, and it's very good for drought. And we're talking a lot about drought-tolerant plants through this whole episode, I think.
And pollinator-friendly.
But it really appeals to me. Well, Carol's no stranger to Gardener's World. She has been on it twice already. She was on in 2018 and 2020 from their place at Glenbach Garden in Pembrokeshire, which is a visitable garden. So you can go see it. NHS, National Health Service.
Sorry.
Or the NGS, the National Garden Society.
Yes.
They should put it on the NHS, though, I think. All joking aside, if all these gardens you were prescribed them through the NHS, we would solve so many health problems.
We seriously would.
I'm not being facetious. Genuinely.
I know.
I believe that.
I know you are.
But it is currently available through the NGS, so I'll put a link to that on our website. But just a couple of other plants that Ashley was looking at on the beautiful stand afterwards. Loads and loads of colour, wasn't it? It's like a sweet shop.
It was crazy. So we had Tulbagia Giant Beauty, which has those beautiful starry purple flowers. That's also called Society Garlic. We've heard about that quite a lot. And then also Watsonias, and that's another plant name that I am now adding to my vocabulary. Had no idea what those were.
Never heard of that one.
Whatsoever. And they have orchid-like flowers, but I would say they have the vibrancy of kind of crocosmia flowers.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
See that. Yeah.
Very bright and in your face.
And again, sun-loving and
hardy.
Good for gravel gardens, Ashley says.
Precisely.
Did you see that hilarious spaniel with the best hairdo ever? It just spun his head round so the flappies go flying. As we go to this next segment.
Funny. I absolutely love spaniels when they do have the really funny hairdos.
They're bonkers, aren't they?
Because they do look like Albert Einstein.
Albert Einstein, yeah. Kind of. Just great hair.
Yeah, great
Always
hair.
A good hair day with the spaniel.
Exactly.
And we're looking at some more gardens with Rachel. So we have Honing Heritage, designer Nick Leach.
Yep, and this is all around the Cotswolds kind of theme because lots of dry stone walls and very light coloured paving as well, alkaline. So anything that's acidic, she said, put in pots. And we have plants like Nymphophias and Cosmos and roses. And she says it's very much like a chocolate box.
Yeah.
It's just all there. You just want to dive right into it.
Well, this garden won a silver, and Nick says the arts and crafts movement of the late 1800s and the planting philosophy of renowned horticulturalist Gertrude Jekyll are the inspiration behind this traditional Cotswold garden.
Oh, well, that's very cool.
We then pop over to Ruskin Mill Trust Artisan Woodland Craft Garden, designer Rachel Austin.
Yes, very long name for this one.
And this is a garden celebrating the Stroud Valley. There is dead hedging.
Lots of coppicing, hazel.
Yes. Rachel describes it as a garden of two halves. There's the edge of woodland part, and in there Rachel spots an Actaea chocoholic.
Yes, absolutely loving the names of these plants. There are some really good ones coming up as well.
There are a few great ones coming up for sure.
Yeah, I am loving it. And then also there's the part where it gets a lot more wild and free, like an opened meadow.
More sun-loving.
Exactly. So we had things like Bethany, Ragged Robin, and Wild Strawberries.
Yeah. Well, this garden won a gold.
Ooh.
And also won Best Artisan Garden.
Oh, that's cool.
And they say it celebrates the transformative journey of taking raw materials from nature and shaping them into purposeful objects.
Yeah.
This process, described by Ruskin Mill Trust as descent into matter, engages hand, head, heart, and place and is central to the self-development of children and young people with learning disabilities.
Crikey, that's very interesting.
And then Rachel introduces us to Annie Godfrey from her Daisy Root Nursery in Hertfordshire, where they specialise in perennials and ornamental grasses.
Exactly. And cool blimey, is it hot over there?
Yes, Rachel asks how Annie's been coping with the heat. It's been 38 degrees there.
Nasty.
Annie said she's found it really uncomfortable and she's basically been spending most of her time watering.
I know, they can't do anything else. So they water once in the morning and then once kind of later afternoon as well.
Yeah, so they have their nursery and they've got a 50 by 18 foot polytunnel with water available but no electricity.
No cups of tea.
No cups of tea. And she says that their style is soft and natural. When she's putting together a display, she tends to go for contrasts with the colouring.
Exactly. Like
and the textures as well.
Yeah, precisely. So like a lime green euphorbia with a kind of purple campanula or that kind of thing. So you're really going with the contrasts.
Yeah.
So she talks about a few plants. We have Steeper Itchu. That's a lovely ornamental grass. We have Sanguisorba Fire Explosion, more on the pinky side, but looking amazing. We have an Agastache Belicious Purple. Love the name. Come on, people. They also have lots of Achilleas in there as well.
Yeah, a nice flat-headed Achilleas. Great for the pollinators.
Absolutely fantastic.
She's very pragmatic about it, is Annie. She says that we just have to learn how to cope with this heat as it's here to stay. So we need to plant accordingly.
Yeah, we can't be having plants which are going,
no,
I need water.
Well, then Annie shows us a dry border, which she says she doesn't water, which is interesting because she was talking about all the watering she does have to do. And we currently have a lot of hosepipe bans across the country.
I know.
I'm getting constant texts from the water company saying, could you please refrain from using your hose? So a difficult time, I think, if you're
really difficult.
Have a nursery and you're relying on water heavily.
I know. How are you meant to do that?
But Annie's not needing to with her dry border. She basically doesn't water it at all. It's a light sandy soil, and the only time she waters it is when she puts the plants in.
Yeah, exactly. So that they can really get established, and then you can leave them be. So she's got things like Euphorbias, Salvias, Nepetas, and Steeper Tenuissima in there.
All thriving.
All looking amazing.
And they haven't
very
been
lush.
watered. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, as we know, right plant, right place. Then we see Annie at her stand at the show, and she's dressed head to toe in orange, and Ashley says it's his favourite colour.
Yeah, oh my gosh, it's my favourite colour as well.
Well, we know that. I didn't know it was Ashley's.
No, I didn't know it was
We know it's Nick Bailey's.
Yeah, but it's surprising how many people in the gardening world specifically like orange.
Yeah.
Because it is such a beautiful colour.
It's a standout colour for plants, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then Ashley talks about his favourite plant combination.
The Ornithera and the Alliums together. And then they do also talk about the Steeper with the Echinacea as well.
The Steeper Itchu, isn't it, with the Echinacea? That's Annie's favourite combo.
Yeah.
And Ashley asks the all-important question about plants coping with our still wet winters, which is something we can't sweep under the rug, because whilst we've got to have these drought-tolerant plants and cope with the heat and no water, winter hits, whammo, we have rain everywhere, water everywhere.
Exactly.
And so we're really asking a lot from our plants now, aren't we, in this day and age? Annie says that basically what you need to do is improve your soil. So if you've got heavy soil, you need to really dig it out, make it more gritty. Ashley suggests using recycled materials. So, for example, if you've got a path or a patio that you're getting rid of, hack it up and add it into the soil. It just gives it better drainage.
Do a bit of churning at first and then you can leave it afterwards.
Well, Annie won a gold for her nursery. And if you want to see more of it, if you want to see it in person, on the 19th of August, she has it open through the NGS. That's in Hertford. And here's what it says about the garden. As owners of local nursery Daisy Roots, this garden acts as a trial ground and showcase for perennials and ornamental grasses grown there. Over 300 varieties of snowdrop in February. Deep borders packed with perennials and grasses later in the year. Small front garden with lots of foliage interest. So that's her trial ground. So if you want to see how her plants are coping out in the wild, then go visit her garden.
That's great.
Then we're with Adam again.
Yes.
And he's really excited about seeing a headline garden which has been designed by a friend of his, Joe Thompson. And it's celebrating 75 years of the Archers.
Yes.
Now, were you sitting there wondering, what the heck is the Archers?
I had no idea what was going on.
Don't worry at all. You won't be the only one. It's a bit of an assumption that everyone knows what the Archers is.
Yeah. I just thought, have I just missed a whole load of stuff?
You have. Basically, The Archers is a very, very long-running soap opera, but on radio.
Oh, that's cool.
I think on BBC Radio 4. I think it's still going. I don't know, but it certainly has been around forever. Well, so actually, there have been some documentaries on how it's recorded, because you'll have all the actors in a studio and they've got to kind of act things out behind the microphone, and they'll do the whole thing of, if a horse is coming by, they'll use coconut shells to clip the horse. But it's from memory. I mean, I haven't listened to it in forever, but I do remember it being it was very clever how they did the sounds, because you felt it was there and you could hear the squeaky gate opening. And,
oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it was based around farms, I think, and a real sort of outdoorsy.
Yeah, because they had a lot of kind of veg and edibles and farming. Like there was a tractor in there and stuff like that.
I imagine this would be really fun to design for, because you would go back through the archives.
Oh my gosh.
Basically, you're trying to create the visual of what people can hear on the radio.
Yeah.
And interesting to see if it's what everyone else had in their imagination when they've listened.
Yeah.
It's like when you read a book and then you see the film of the book.
Yes.
And you think, wait, I didn't picture it like that.
Yeah. Oh my God, I did not see him looking like that. No. That's crazy. That is very cool. I would love to design a garden about a kind of really well-known TV series like The Office or Friends or something like that, and create a garden around it. That would be really cool.
Yeah, but you've already got all your visuals, haven't you?
Yeah, but working with colour schemes and things to really bring out.
So you're thinking immediately of loads of purple for the Friends
one, aren't you? Obviously.
What are you thinking for The Office? Just grey. All the grey plants that exist.
I don't know, but we could do something really fun.
Grey and beige.
Grey and beige.
Well, Jo went to town with this one. She's based it around Pat and Tony's garden. So I guess if you're an avid listener to the Archers, that'll mean something to you. Nothing to me whatsoever.
Nada to me.
So there's a hedgerow that's got a quince tree, which was in the storyline, and a rose tottering by gently, which of course is the rose that Liz chose for her dream garden. That's Liz and Fee from New Hope Daylilies.
Exactly.
Check out also New Hope Daylilies online, Sweet Pea, because they've been doing extremely well. They're getting a lot of attention. And they're having various articles written about them.
Cool, blimey.
Yeah, they're having a very successful year.
That's very cool.
Yeah, but that rose tottering by gently, we looked it up and apparently it was named after the cartoon strip.
Yep.
Tottering by gently, which also look that up because it is the funniest cartoon.
It is. You showed me some of the stuff.
Very sort of upper class England.
Yeah.
These two real poshos around their Arga.
Around their Arga.
Arga. Oh, it's really, really funny. Anyway, Adam describes the garden as being like a bowl of joy.
Oh, lovely.
Well, I have a couple of links that I'll put on the website, on the webpage for this episode, which shows you a bit more of Jo's garden, also with her talking a bit about it and pointing out various bits and pieces around it. Fabulous. So you can see a bit more than you got to see on the show.
That would be great.
And then we meet Zav Edge, who is a 24-year-old nursery owner.
Yep.
He's had his nursery for 6 months. It's called Edge Nurseries.
Exactly.
He has some cows.
He does have some cows. Hello, girls.
Now, he lives just outside Leek with his mum and dad.
Yeah.
And Zav talks a bit about how it was just a field they had, and then they put down a base to put in a polytunnel.
Yeah, they really churned it up and got it in with a big digger.
Right. And then he talks about having 180 show plants for the display for RHS Badminton.
Yeah, so a lot more than needed, but I think I would probably do the same. I would definitely go for more.
Gosh, absolutely.
And pick the absolute best ones.
The creme de la creme.
Yeah, I couldn't do just enough,
No.
that would send me into a frenzy of
Well,
stress.
why would you do that? That'd be mad, wouldn't it?
It would be mad, yeah. Anyways, so some of the things that he's growing, we have heleniums, Echinacea powwow white.
You like that name
another
as well.
Awesome name. Agapanthus, his favourite.
Yeah.
And Sanguisora as well, another one of his favourites.
And some chickens.
And some chickens and some grasses as well.
So it's only a quick segment of Zav at his place, but then we're back at the show and Adam is with him.
Yeah.
And he's asking all about how it started for Zav, and he explains it all started at home. They were filling their borders. They had one too many plants, so had to sell them.
Yep.
And one thing led to another, I guess. There are quite a few gaps, I feel, in the story.
Very big gaps.
Do you know where I'm going with this, Sweet Pea?
Are we talking about gaps that need to be filled by a chit-chat,
I think we're talking about gaps that need to be filled by a chit-chat.
I'm thinking that as well.
Now, Zav won a gold, which Adam's absolutely thrilled about.
He is.
I love how supportive Adam is. It's how he was with Dan Stearne, was it last year?
Yeah.
Really, really supportive. He loves the kind of young, up-and-coming talent that's coming through. Yeah. And for you, as a young human, 18 years old, how do you feel? It must be more enjoyable seeing lots of young ones around.
Zav even talks about how most of the people that are showing are definitely not in his age range.
No.
And so it's kind of fun, and how people do ask him, do you actually know what you're doing and stuff? And he's like, excuse me, yes I do.
Yes,
I think you'll find
it's my nursery.
It's my nursery.
Yeah.
And I think that's quite cool, and we need to really accept more the young uns coming in.
Yeah, I don't think there's any difficulty with accepting them.
No.
I think we just need to welcome them.
Yeah,
make it a more welcoming space.
Exactly.
And I think when you've got Dan and you've got Zav out there flying the flag,
for
the 20-somethings, it'd be really lovely to see more of that. And what I like about badminton is how they have the young designer section as well.
I know, that's fantastic.
So that's for your under 30s. So all these things help. It's a sort of a wave of fresh air coming in.
Yep.
With all these young'uns. And, you know, for me as your mother, I can understand.
Me as your mother.
I can understand how it's, you know, I look at you as a young, fresh human.
Thanks.
How it must be harder to really relate with my age group of gardeners, which is what they mostly seem to be.
Yeah.
So it's easier for you to relate, isn't it, with these the young bloods?
I mean, you're young. You're like super young.
Oh, this is so true.
You're like so young.
Don't you forget it.
Don't, yeah. People. Sass.
Well, Zav talks about his stand, and he said he knew what he was going for. He knew he wanted various grasses with different heights and flowers to offset the different colours, and then basically crammed it all in.
Yeah, exactly, which is what I would do. I'd just be shoving it in like the closet door that you're trying to shut all the mess behind. Ram it in.
No, it's not like that at all.
Not the mess, just a lot of stuff in there. You shut it.
That's the worst analogy I've ever heard.
That was bad. Let's forget
Not
about
a mess
that.
at all. Anyway, Dad comes into the frame.
Gets emotional.
He blames Gardener's World. He said that that's how Zav got into gardening and plants. He would get in from school, lie on the sofa and watch the programme.
Yep.
And it's a very emotional dad.
Very emotional.
The tears were flowing and he was so proud of Zav. And I have to say, it brought a tear to my eye too. I really felt for his dad.
Emotional sop.
We're back with Rachel, who's looking at a little bit at the history of badminton. She said that in the 17th century, the first Duchess of Beaufort, Mary Somerset, and she was a botanical pioneer. She was growing, researching and cataloguing hundreds of plants. What just blows my mind, though, is that she
didn't get recognised.
She didn't get recognised. She was just considered a hobby gardener. It's really irritating, isn't it?
I want to doof them over the head with a plant pot.
It wasn't until a lot later before she was recognised as a serious botanist.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get into the sort of politics there. But many of the plants that she introduced and studied at badminton back then are still growing there today.
Oh, I know, like the Pelargonium Millfield gem.
Yes, have you ever seen anything like that?
No, and it was creeping up the wall.
It was an ivy pelargonium.
Yeah.
Extraordinary, wasn't it?
Extraordinary.
Beautiful.
I loved it.
I think that's my favourite pelargonium.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to have that growing up. Can you imagine the scent coming from that?
Oh my gosh, I wonder if we could get that on the poppy terrace.
I wonder. Wouldn't that be nice? But how do you think that copes if you have a frost? Is it as bad as other Pelagonians, or is it more frost hardy?
Oh, true, because theirs was in like a little conservatory orangery area.
So that's no good, is it?
Yeah, probably not. But I'll have a look. I'll look it up.
Then we have Adam and Ashley, and they talk about the young designers, as we mentioned earlier. So this is a new category. Everyone needs to be under 30.
Yeah.
And we have a look at a couple of those.
That must be so mean for people who are like 31 going, on the brink, on the cusp. Can't do it.
We have Silo, All That Comes in Remains.
Exactly.
Designer Abigail Stoyle.
Yep. Lots of purples and squares.
Apples as well being used. A multi-stem apple.
Lovely. So we got a mix of edibles and ornamentals. Yes. And this is where we talk about no monocrops. Everything is mixed in together.
Edimentals.
Edimentals.
Well, Abigail won a gold and also the Environmental Innovation Award.
Oh, cool.
So well done to Abigail. That's pretty incredible.
Fantastic.
And what she says about this garden: it's a garden built on Silo's zero waste philosophy, a closed loop system where outputs become inputs. The there is no bin approach to cooking is translated into soil, planting, and materials.
That's cool. I love that.
Now, this next one is called A Space for Her, designer Sophie Sturgeon.
Yes.
This had that winding path.
Lots of bright colours at the beginning. Yeah. And then it went to the sunken area with those spheres that you're meant to sit on.
Yeah, with boulders or something.
Yeah.
And Ashley and Adam have a little sit down, don't they, down there? And Adam said, because it's sunken a bit, and Adam says it, it makes you feel more immersed when you raise up everything around you.
Exactly, and there are lots of greens in that specific area.
Yeah, I really liked this garden, but I wanted to know more about the title, A Space for Her. And this is the problem when I know it's impossible because you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, but when you're trying to squeeze in so much into this episode.
Into the closet.
Into that closet. You're ramming everything. It's just the worst analogy. Can we just use something else?
It's the best analogy I've ever come up with.
And so we have no idea really what the story is behind these. Sophie won a silver gilt.
Yep.
And what she says about it is, this garden is designed for girls and young women who may feel pressure from the online world and society expectations, offering a safe space to pause, reflect, and reconnect with themselves, rediscovering confidence and self-worth through nature.
Very, very nice.
Then Ashley shoots off for a pee, I think, and Adam carries on chatting to us about Sophie Leo.
Yes.
And she lives down the road, so we go see her in her natural habitat, would you say?
I would say it's her natural habitat where she feels most at ease.
And so we then cut to the segment with Sophie. She's outstanding in her field.
Yep.
Little mum joke for you. Anyway, Sophie calls it her special place, and she explains how she started gardening with her mum. Her mum encouraged her to do an RHS horticultural course, so Sophie decided to do the design course.
Yes.
Gosh, I mean, she definitely set off on the right track, I would say.
Oh my God, yes.
Her show garden is called Where Grief Grows Quiet, and it's about the feeling that you get when you walk into this big expanse and your emotions go quiet.
I really like the name of this one.
Yeah.
I loved everything about it.
Everything about this one I liked, to be honest. She's looking at a crumbling wall, which gave her inspiration for her design. There's an Acer campestre tree.
Yeah, which is coming out of that.
Yeah, being protected by the wall.
Exactly. And it has beautiful pink seed heads, which just add that little glimpse of colour.
Yes, very nice.
In a very wild landscape.
And Sophie explains in the show garden that basically inside of the wall is to encourage you to be open, and it's your safe place to handle your grief.
Yeah.
And then we find out about Sophie's grief.
Oh, gosh.
It was a welling up a bit now thinking about it, because the way this segment was structured, and you hear about, her mum encouraging her with her dreams. And then we find out that very, very sadly, Sophie's mum was diagnosed with cancer, and they found out she had 6 months to live. And her mum immediately said she needed to go somewhere to breathe, to really sort of come to terms with this diagnosis.
Yeah.
So they went to that particular place.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever know where it is.
No.
Outskirts of Bristol,
I hope
a field somewhere, really beautiful, beautiful countryside.
Yeah. And frankly, I'm happy that they didn't tell us where it is, because I think that needs to be a completely
That's her
hidden
special place, isn't
for
it?
her.
So they went there to kind of digest the news, really, and decide how they were going to announce it to everyone else.
Yep.
You can't even imagine going through that thought process.
No.
The whole process.
Yeah.
And then a few months before Sophie's mum died, she showed a sketch of a show garden that she had. And so this is the show garden that Sophie has brought to life.
Yeah, I think that's so beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
And in the notebook, there were these beautiful drawings. There were little notes, all annotated, wasn't it? And I loved the bit that Sophie points out, which was where her mum had noted down what she wanted in her final moments.
Yes.
And she had written, "I do wish to eat cake and chocolate and drink wine and tea for as long as possible, and toast and Marmite."
I love that.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking, but it is what I would choose to do as well.
All the above.
All of those. Yeah.
Now, Sophie goes on to explain that her mum was a primary school head teacher, and she was one to always help other people.
Yeah.
And she was someone who always just got on with things. And so this garden at Badminton is a place where people can go to remind themselves that life still goes on after grief.
Yeah, absolutely. And this garden had so many details.
It did.
To it. It was so beautiful. Also, the light that they were filming it in seemed to be a really nice, hazy, or late afternoon, evening light, and it looked beautiful, frankly.
A real warmth and glow to it, wasn't there?
Yeah, real warmth and glow.
Well, Sophie did incredibly well.
Yes.
Which is just the icing on the cake. Not only did she win the gold.
Yeah, that is amazing in itself.
She also won RHS Young Designer of the Year.
Oh my gosh.
People's Choice Young Designer Garden.
Wow.
And Best Construction Award.
Ooh, a whopping 4 medals.
Absolutely phenomenal. So impressive.
She must be so happy with that.
Adam asks her what's next, and Sophie says she hopes to create another show garden once she's had some sleep.
I completely understand that.
And then she shows she's still got dirt under her nails and she can't wait to go and get her nails redone.
Yes, very important.
Well, Sophie has a beautiful website that she set up called sophieleo.com. I'll put a link to that, and then also some links from her social media which shows a bit more of that garden.
Oh, that would be great, because we only really saw close-ups and then kind of where she was sitting with Adam.
It's hard to squeeze it all in, but
it is hard.
Check out the link.
Absolutely.
Then we're back with Rachel in the marquee. She spots some bottles with perennials in them in water. She asks a young chap about them.
Immediately calls him over. You,
young man.
Young man.
I say, young man. And he confirms that that's all he's doing. He's just got some perennials in water, in bottles. Not just water, just tap water.
Just tap water.
Plain old tap water.
Very easy to do. So he has Persicaria and Salvia Naomi tree in there.
Yeah. I thought this chap was a real natural talking to the camera.
Yeah, he was.
I could see him being a presenter. It just flowed so easily.
It was easy, wasn't it?
And so I had to hunt down to find out who this was. This is Philip Rankin. He's a RAGS trainee.
Okay.
And he's with Pelham Plants.
Oh.
And apparently the judges enjoyed the water cuttings and showcasing propagation like this, and so they won a gold medal.
Fantastic.
So congratulations to Pelham Plants. I'll put a link to Philip and to Pelham Plants on the website. Then we go to see the enormous show garden, the Julia Rousing Garden.
Yes.
Rousing. I'm not sure how you pronounce that.
Not
by
sure either.
Designer Tom Stuart-Smith.
Yep, and this was the biggest garden there.
Well, on the show, they say it was 2,000 metres squared, which equates to 8 tennis courts. But on the RHS page, they say it's 2,400 metres squared and equivalent to 9 tennis courts. So you be the judge.
Who knows?
But basically, it's the largest show garden ever created at an RHS flower show.
Exactly. And they've done lots of planting in the cracks of the paving to make it look like it's been there forever. They also had Eryngium agavifolium and also some alliums in there.
Yeah, butterflies all around.
Lots.
Well, here's a bit about that garden, because we didn't really hear too much, did we? This garden celebrates the life of Julia Rousing, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. She's a British philanthropist and devoted garden lover whose work supported a wide range of charitable causes across the UK. Julia sadly died in 2024, but in her lifetime she helped raise over £400 million for a multitude of projects, primarily focused on health, homelessness and youth initiatives. The generosity of her work and spirit is reflected in this design. Conceived as a space for everyone, the Julia Rousing Garden invites visitors to enjoy the beauty of the landscape and consider its message about supporting others. Uplifting and welcoming, it embodies everything Julia believed in.
That is very, very cool.
And if you're wondering what happened to the garden after the show, the lime trees will be replanted at the Badminton estate.
Great.
And at the home of Sir Hans Rousing in Gloucestershire. And there will be a plant sale of the herbaceous plants used in the garden, with the proceeds to be donated to the charity Horatio's Garden.
Fantastic. We then do go to the smallest gardens. I like how they did that.
Big to small.
Comparison of the two. So the smallest ones, which are the pocket planting areas.
Yes, pocket gardens. So the first one we have is a celebration of compost and community. Designer Simon Deves.
Yep, exactly. And it's all about that exchange between giving your green waste, they turn it into compost, you get a bit of compost back for your garden, and the cycle continues.
Those community composting schemes, which we've heard a bit about on the show before, haven't we?
Yeah. And we have plants like Philopendula, Digitalis, and Thalictrums in there. Thalictrums give that really lovely, fluffy, frothy flower look.
Yeah. Well, Simon won a silver gilt for this garden.
Fantastic.
And next we have Urban Planters, a pocket for amphibians, designer Charlotte Connolly.
Exactly. Beautiful water feature, and there was so much wildlife already buzzing in there, even though it had only just been popped in place.
Well, Charlotte won a silver gilt medal for that one.
Brilliant.
And the final pocket garden that we look at is Silverhand Estate, the Butterfly Garden, designer Emma Atkinson.
Exactly. So entirely prioritising butterflies and plants that they really like. So things like yarrows and salvias. Yarrows have that really nice dinner plate head where they can plonk themselves on.
A helipad.
A helipad, exactly.
And Emma won a silver for this garden.
Fantastico.
And finally, Ashley introduces the next segment, which is with Kath Kidston Padgham.
Yep.
Kath is at her garden just outside Stroud in Gloucestershire, another Stroudite.
Yes.
Now, you remember Kath Kidston. She's all about textiles, that very sort of chintzy, florally type things.
Yes, I have quite a lot of her stuff, actually. I've got even a wallet with the kind of London...
I think your godparents gave you that.
Yes, they did, exactly.
I used to have, I don't know if you remember, it used to hang on the back of the kitchen door and it was a plastic bag holder.
Yes.
Like a sausage shape.
Yeah.
But the elastic went, so it just kept depositing plastic bags on the floor every time
really
you opened the door. But yeah, that was Kath Kidston.
Yeah, they're really beautiful. I do love her stuff.
Anywho, she has a garden as well, and she's big into pelargoniums. Pelargoniums get a lot of press on Gardener's World. Have you noticed that?
They do. A lot of press, but specifically the scented leaf pelargoniums here.
She's prepping a load for RHS Badders. So she talks about some of the fragrances that she comes across with her pelargoniums. There's rose, lemon, mint, cinnamon, old spice, mint chalk, cola.
Yeah, cola as well. Shish kebabs. And then she talks about some of the specific plants which give off very interesting flavours. So we have Pelargonium radens. This has a spindly leaf, so it's very much for the foliage, not for the flower, this one. And apparently it gives off a rose lemon mint flavour.
Yeah, so all the fragrances.
All smashed in together. I'd love to know what that smells like. She then also has Pelargonium Mabel Grey. This one, very important, do not overwater it.
Yeah, she says it's rather temperamental.
Yeah, exactly.
So how does she water?
She waters from the saucer underneath, because that way she just knows exactly what the plant wants to take up. She's not overwatering it and drowning it.
Yeah, and so with pelargoniums, it's a case of let them dry out, then give them a thorough watering. It's not little and often.
No, they do not like that.
Which we hear a lot, actually. There are not many plants that want little and often.
No, except for the moisture-loving ones.
Except for all the ones that like it little and often. Okay. Anyway, we know that there's a problem with them over winter, so they generally need to be brought in, otherwise their roots will rot.
Exactly, but she does also take cuttings over winter just to make sure she has a constant stock.
Yeah,
of them. So she does a kind of perlite sand and compost mix, and then she does
peat-free compost.
Peat-free compost, obviously, and then the usual thing of cutting below a node, stripping all the leaves off, bar maybe the top two, and then putting it in down the side of the pot because that's where they like it best.
Having dipped it in some water from the watering can.
Yeah, exactly.
Prior. And the final thing that she does at home before heading over to the show is she gets a handful of leaves from the radons and whacks them into some lemonade.
Yes.
It gives it a good stir.
Oh my gosh, that looks so good.
And then, is it Rachel who says that Badminton has a history of zonal pelargoniums?
Yes.
I'm not sure what zonal pelargoniums are. Did you get anything on that?
Didn't get anything on that. I must have missed that.
We'll have to look that up for housekeeping next week.
What are zonal pelargoniums?
No clue.
Interesting.
Anyway, we shall look it up for next week, and then we're back at the show.
We are.
And then we're looking at perfume pavilions. This is designers Liz Nicholson, Freddie Gibbs, Ruby Simpson, and Dean Parsons.
Yeah.
And Rachel chats to Kath about the pelargoniums.
Yeah.
It's the leaves, not the flowers, that have the scent.
She did say also about the Pelargonium tomentosum. That one can be in shade. So don't worry if you have lots of shade, pop that one in.
And then Rachel says, any of that lemonade for us, and as if by TV magic, the lemonade that was at Kath's home is there at the show.
Yeah.
And they have a glass each.
Oh, and I can imagine in the heat having that lemonade. Amazing.
Very, very nice. Well, I have a great article on Kath Kidson. If you're not sure what her textiles are about,
oh my gosh,
then check that out. It's about her home textiles and how her own home is every room is just decked floor to ceiling, as you can imagine it would be.
I can imagine it would be
in her Kath Kidson stuff.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't know about Kath Kidson, have you been under a rock, perchance?
Or you don't live in the UK, sweetie.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Sorry.
Or you're just not into that kind of thing. You know, not everyone's into textiles.
Okay, true. You make a good point. It's just me being rude.
So anyway, ignore my daughter. She's being very rude. Check it out on the website.
Ignore the daughter.
I'm not going to judge you.
No.
Then we have a few shots of people sniffing various things. We had a few of those all the way through.
Can you imagine people filming them? They're like, right, I want you to sniff it. You're like, right up to the camera, okay.
But you know that that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Because there were some quite sort of unnatural sniffs going on through the whole episode. But the final sniff...
which was so natural.
The absolute pièce de la résistance of sniffing is your friend and mine.
Dwayne
the
Black.
Most beautiful and gorgeous Dwayne Black from Black Emotion.
Yes.
If you want to hear from him, check out our chit chat with him.
Oh yes.
A really beautiful human being. So that's it, sweetie.
Exactly.
What was your favourite garden from this episode?
Yeah, so we're doing favourite garden, and mine was the Where Grief Grows Quiet.
Okay.
I thought it was so beautiful.
Sophie Leo's garden.
There was so much serenity to it. I absolutely loved it, and I'm looking forward to seeing more photos of it.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that was absolutely wonderful as well. The one that hit home for me, though, purely because of taking my feet off, is the Oregon one.
Taking your feet
Just off come the shoes, the socks, the sandals, the flip-flops, whatever, and my feet are going in that stream.
Fantastic.
I really loved that.
Yeah.
What was your top takeaway?
The lemonade with the pelargoniums.
Of course it was.
I just immediately thought, oh, that is going to have to happen this summer.
Food and drink based.
Yes.
Mine was the Monadas. I had no idea of their existence, and I'm very happy to have learnt about them.
So
they sound like they'd be perfect for our garden. All sorts of colours. Let's get some in.
Yeah, lovely plants.
Awesome plants. Well, next week we have an episode. It's on the 16th of July, and here's what they say about that one.
Coolio.
After the scorching heat of early summer, Monty is working to keep the garden looking its best through the season's challenges. He tackles essential jobs, including cutting back perennials to make room for more colour, tending long grass and pruning step-over apples, while proving there's still time to sow vegetables for delicious late summer harvests.
Cool.
Best of all, he enjoys some of summer's greatest rewards, lifting the first new potatoes and gathering fragrant sweet peas for the house.
Oh.
Adam Frost discovers a remarkable 2.5-acre wall garden in Surrey, packed with hidden gems and unexpected delights. Sue Kent demonstrates how imagination and resourcefulness can transform everyday items into beautiful and productive growing spaces, while in Cornwall there's a fruit and vegetable professor whose lifelong fascination with pests and diseases is helping gardeners grow healthier crops. Plus, a visit to a grower with a striking collection of cressulas, showcasing the extraordinary beauty and diversity of these popular succulents.
Very cool. Lots going on next week.
Another plant I haven't heard of. Cressulas. We shall find out next week.
We shall.
Well, if you want to get in touch with us about anything we've discussed there, to correct us on our pronunciation, tell us what zonal pelargoniums are, anything like that, please do so. You can do it through our website, which is
notjustagarden.co.uk.
Head over to the contacts page there, or you can email us at
notjustagarden@outlook.com.
And as always, we'll be putting any links discussed onto our website, and you can subscribe to those blogs that come out.
Yes.
Pop in your email address, you'll get sent those directly to your basket, as well as the link to the episode and Sweet Peas
plant list.
Beautiful plant list.
Exactly. And with all the cool names this week, it's going to look very cool.
Yeah, some excellent names. I enjoyed those names.
They're very funny.
It's gardening world having a bit of fun. It's nice to see.
Exactly.
But I need to go and cool down. This room's got very, very hot.
Yep, it sure has.
So it's just such a tense atmosphere. Yeah,
so tense.
So tense.
I mean, honestly.
So we shall see you next week.
We sure will. Thank you for listening.
Bye bye, Sweet Pea.
Bye, Mummy Bear.